In this video, we'll be finding the positive root of the equation in the form of a plus b times square root of 2 over c. So in order to find the positive root, we will be using the quadratic formula, but we're only going to be using the formula that includes the plus, not the minus. So in this case, b is going to play the role of 1 plus 2 root 2, a is 4 minus root 2, and then c is negative 1. So we want to make sure we put the negative in for the b. So I put a bracket, because we have opposite of b, so it's opposite, and then b has the negative in front, negative 1 plus 2 root 2. And then same thing with here, b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. These two negatives in front of the 1 plus 2 root 2 will turn into positive. And then we're going to be squaring this negative. So when you square a negative, it becomes positive. So this goes away. And then here we have negative and times a negative. That's going to turn into positive. Or you can think of it as negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. Everything else, I leave the same. Now we can distribute the square for 1 plus 2 root 2. So we'll have 1 plus, and then we have 1 times 2 root 2 plus 2 root 2 times 1, which really is just 4 root 2. And then 2 root 2 squared, well, 2 squared is 4, root 2 squared is 2, 4 times 2 is 8. Now we're going to distribute the 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times negative root 2 is negative 4 root 2. Finally, we're going to cancel out the 4 root 2's, and then 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 16 is 25. The square root of 25 becomes 5, and now we'll have 1 plus 5 is 6, so it'll be 6 plus 2 root 2. In the denominator, I'm going to distribute the 2 to 4 to get 8. And then 2 times negative root 2 is negative 2 root 2. Finally, I'm going to multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. For the conjugate, I change the sign from negative to positive, and then multiply that top and bottom. The bottom becomes 56. So there's actually a quick way to multiply these. All you have to do is 8 times 8 is 64. 2 root 2 times 2 root 2 is 8. And then you just keep the minus. 64 minus 8 is 56. At the top, you FOIL it out and get 56 plus 28 root 2. Finally, we're going to divide everything by 28. So 56 divided by 28 is 2. And then 28 divided by 28 is 1. So our final answer is 2 plus root 2 all over 2.